I think I'm going live. Who knows with this stuff? I never know. We're going to give it a few seconds and see if it catches up on YouTube. I'm just doing this on my phone, so hey, I think it's going. Alright, well, probably won't be anybody watching anyway. Here's my problem. This is my issue, and I'm going to put this video up later so you can see it. Number one thing, I'm not going to fix this today, but my chain, man, this thing has been a headache. It broke over here, so I got zip ties on it. Broke over here, and so it all kind of flopped down, and I super glued that. So right now it seems okay. The other one that was down here, it also started to break. This one was my fault. I printed this with PLA, and then I was monkeying around with ABS, and of course the bed got really hot, and I think that changed the little connector here. It started to melt, and then at one point the little nozzle hit this and started to melt it because this started to pop up above the bed. So I don't know, I might revisit that, but it was more for a cool look rather than effectively doing something with the cables, at least I thought. So then I put these cables back the way they were, and this was going fine back here. I thought I had everything situated okay, but this got crimped in between the stepper motor and the bed, which then bent the wires, and I have my wires soldered directly to the bed, and I must not have done a very good job on one because it came loose. So once again, the whole point of this video is I am going to be taking the bed off. I am going to be resoldering. Oh, I just noticed that the mic's way down here. Sorry for those of you that were trying to listen. Now it's going to be real garbled. There we go. Alright, so hopefully the sound will be better in just a couple seconds after you hear all this nonsense. There you go. So I'm going to take the bed off, which I hate doing. I'm going to take this all over and resolder that on the back. The reason I soldered that on there is because a lot of people had those white connectors melt, even though I put a MOSFET over on the side, and that should have fixed things. I just wanted to be extra safe, but now I kind of wish I would have left it on. But we're going to try. I'm not very good at the soldering iron, so we'll give it a shot. But anyway, to take the bed off, these little adapters are actually pretty nice. So we'll take these off. These little knobs, I don't know if they're in the shot, but these little knobs hold the wing nuts, and it makes taking them off and adjusting them a lot easier. And let's see, let's get these off. These are exciting. Alright, so, oh, caught that one. Alright, now, I put a glass bed on mine, and these are little silicone pads that I cut up, put under here, trying to even things out. They hold on to this pretty good, so there's no clips or anything. It's pretty tough to pry this off, so I'm not worried about that coming off. Take this bed off. It's pretty easy. You just got to give it a squeeze and then screw these out. I'm thinking of reaming out the threads in the H-frame down here. If you drill out those and then just use the wing nuts with the plastic around them. It seems to be a much faster process to adjust and level the bed, which is something that I'm going to have to do again, which again, I don't enjoy leveling the bed. All this seems like wasted time when I could be making pointless plastic things from Thingiverse. What I also think I need to do is print a new stop here. One of the kind that has the little, you know, the bolt coming down, and you bring the end stop over here, and then you can adjust that. That's on my short list of things to do, because I think it will speed up that bed leveling process quite a bit. The other thing I did, I ordered new belts. They're not in yet. They'll be here in a few days. But that'll be nice to have those, because just tightening them, I was surprised. I mean, it sounds stupid, but I thought my belts were tight enough, and then putting the tensioner on there and really cinching them up made quite a bit of an improvement in my prints. So when people say that, and you're like, what can it really do? Well, it helps quite a bit. So halfway there. This is probably the, I don't know how many times I've taken this off. 5th, 6th. And I can't wait until I get this dialed in and I can leave it, and then it's just a little, every once in a while, re-level the bed kind of thing. I need to push that back. I don't want to bump the camera. I can't see. Let's move this over. There we go. I need to get one of those little cheapy Black & Decker. People will make fun of you kind of screwdriver, you know, that you get at like Target for 10 bucks. I have plenty of screwdrivers, but I'm afraid it would strip everything out, even on the lowest setting. Putting it on here. Guess I could still try it. I do have my DeWalt screwdriver. I never know if that thing's charged up or not. Okay. I got that. Oh, I didn't say either. I put these little pieces on each end of the spring, and it just when the spring compresses, it keeps it together instead of like going in all directions and just look weird. I don't know if it does anything for performance, but look nicer. And I kept all of my wires this time in their own wrap. So hopefully this will be much faster. Oh my goodness, when I had all the cables situated and where I thought they should go, I wrapped them, but had them joining with other sets of cables and had things all organized over here on the side, and then it messed up. I had to take it all apart. It's not hard, but annoying to unwrap that stuff. So now that I think about it, I probably should have undone the wires first, because you don't want that to happen. What just happened? You don't want to bang that around, scratch the underside of it. Let's see. Put this underneath here. Get a little something in between there. I'm going to spin this just a little bit so I can get it the wires here. Sorry that I'm breathing heavy. I don't realize it when I'm doing it, and then I watch the videos back. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I sound like I'm gonna stroke out. I'm breathing so heavy. Okay, I'm gonna take out, this is my Octopi Raspberry Pi setup. We'll get him out of the way. And then, I know you can't see it, but I'm taking the 2 wires off of my MOSFET. Let's move you around over here. Maybe you can see a little bit more. Just loosening them up, taking them off, and then following these wires up. Ooh, that stepper motor's right in the way. I always worry about taking these things out because I don't want them. I'm afraid they're gonna break or snap or something. Oh, and of course I went. It's like, oh, I'll put one of these white cable holder things on it. That'll hold it in place and then it won't be bobbing around. That's the whole reason why this all messed up. Okay, let's see. I think I need to get a screwdriver in there. So, oh no! Look at this. The whole thing's falling apart. My LEDs fell right off the strip. Man, this glue. This is not even glue. I don't know what you call it. I think it's just some guy that spits on them at the factory and then sends them out. The adhesive doesn't work for anything. I've used those LEDs on a few projects, and I don't know why I ever think I can trust that stupid adhesive. Oh well, we'll throw some super glue or something on it. But that's not today. At least not for this video. Alright, there goes that little tiny screw. Probably gone forever. Oh, I found it. Okay. Wires are free. I think the bed is free. LEDs are free. Stupid adhesive. Oh well, you guys hang out. Okay. Let's pull this all over. There we go. And we will take this over to the other bench with the soldering iron. Get a nice little shot of the shop here. Alright, have my iron heated up. Oh yeah, it popped right off. Let me get my cable situation handled here. Then I might be able to get you in nice and close for this one. We'll see. Things you don't think of when you go live. Okay. Let me set you here for now. You can see the black tape isn't doing anything other than I just put it on there to help keep things together. And I don't know why. I don't really think it was doing anything, but it made me feel better for some reason, have the wires all stuck together there. So we'll take that off. And you can see, obviously, that is the one that popped loose. And before you yell at me for the color, that's a heat shrink on there. So don't worry. I know this is positive. Underneath there, I got the right wire going to the right spot. Actually, it doesn't even matter on the hotbed, huh? Polarity doesn't really matter on that one. My problem is, this is my hottest iron, and if you can see the tip, it is just ganked. I think it got ran over by a car and left out in the rain. I don't know what I could have done to that tip to make it look that way, but if it's possible to really mess it up, I did it. But this is a quick job. It doesn't have to be a fine electronics job. I just need to get that soldered back on there. And so it looks like there's still plenty on there. I must just not have gotten a very good joint. But the issue is this is I think a 12 gauge wire, and this is only a 60 volt soldering iron. And so it'll work, but just barely. Bring a seat over here. I don't think it's quite hot enough. And I don't want to, I could leave it on there for a long time and get it hotter, obviously, but I don't want to mess up the bed. So we're going to try. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. Get it down on there. Now again, this is not something that I normally do. I'm not an electronics person that does a lot of soldering. However, we're going to give it a go. So what I have here is some flux. And we're going to put a little bit of flux. Well, I guess we're going to put a little bit all over my fingers. And then we're going to put a little bit on there because there's still some solder on there. And we're going to put the iron up to it. Let's see how we do here. What we got once we clean this up a little bit. Okay. That still looks pretty well tinned. And this, yeah, we're looking okay. I think I'm just going to pre-tin this. Just going to tin this a little bit more. There we go. Alright, then we're going to pop this guy right back on there, and I'm going to try and get, I think the way I can see it came off, that I only had a bit of connection up here at the top and it didn't go all the way through. It looked pretty rough, so it looks like things have flattened out a little bit there. So let's put this on there. Let it heat up a bit. See if we can get it melted down in there. Nope, that just wicked away that solder. So let's get a little bit more on this pad. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again now. See, it's going to stick. That feels okay. I still don't feel like I got a very good joint there. I'm pushing pretty good. It's not coming off. So we might be okay there. Alright. So that part's done. I hope. bring you guys in. You can see a little bit. Oh God, I got questions coming on. Man, James, you're the man. I appreciate the advice, man. I wish I was looking like 2 minutes ago. I guess I could take it off again and try it. But I think I got a pretty good connection there. But that's pretty good. This app that I'm using, I had no idea that it would show up the questions there. I think I'm okay. We're going to try it. We're going to give it a go. I'll bring this up here like this. All right, let's go back over and do the annoying and boring part of putting the bed back on. Try not to drop it on our way. Break the glass. Okay. Oh man, that's bright. Not gonna help with these LEDs, huh? Alright. So, let's get this in the back. We're just gonna have to find a good place for those things to dangle, I guess. So they don't get caught again. Alright. Now the question is, did I get all the pieces up here? Nope. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 wing nuts. All right. 4 springs, 4 screws. We're good. I'm putting this back on. I just kind of... Oh. The story of this printer. Little fiddly parts falling all over the place, and then you have to somehow fish it out. Those of you that put this together, you feel my pain. All those little nuts and bolts. However, I have tried the painter's tape technique, where they cover up the holes with... Not the holes, but you put the little nuts in. That sounds gross. But you put the nuts in the slots, and then you put some painter's tape on the side so they can't fall out. Takes a little extra time because you have to, of course, do the painter's tape. But, man, it worked. I would have much rather have invested a few extra minutes in painter's tape than what I did. That going in. We're just going to get these started. Get all 4 on, then we'll cinch them all down. Probably should just drill those out and do it for real, huh? Right here. Another day, another video. Alright, that one's in there. If you do watch my videos, I have time lapses of a lot of my builds. Like I've been doing this forever. Some of my builds I have time lapses, and they've been horrible because I haven't been able to focus my crummy, cheap Logitech camera. So I built this thing, and there's a focus ring on it. They look a lot better now. Alright. And then let's move this guy over here. Oh, I'm upset about that LED light. Because I know I can stick it back on there. And it'll probably stay up for a day or two. And it's just going to fall right back off. Still might have to be how it is tonight. Stupid lights. Make the printer all cool. Put all this stuff on it. I should have just put it together the way it came from the factory. And clap, clap. Done. Call it a day. If you get this machine, if you end up watching this video, and you haven't done these upgrades, hold off. See if you can get the thing printing decently without it. Then once you get it dialed in and you see what you need, go crazy. Now what we're doing is squeezing this down. And putting the screws back on. So I think I'm going to end the video here because you don't want to watch me screw in a couple bolts. But what I will do next, then, you have to re-level the bed, which also is kind of an annoying process. But then I'll try and get a print together because I have some things ready for another video. Been playing with some stuff, so I think I'm gonna maybe put this back up so you can watch it even if you weren't here for the live show, which I can't believe anyone was at the live show, but you can check it out. So if this helped you at all to give you ideas on how to, that maybe you should take that connector off and then solder that right back onto the board, great. I highly recommend it as long as you can keep it from breaking like mine did. I think it will help to make your printer a little bit safer maybe. Yeah, if it helped, leave me a comment. If you want to make fun of my soldering, leave a comment. If you think this was a total fail, leave a comment. Ooh, tell me about these pockets in here. I have conflicting views on this. That I thought that this was a good idea to have these pockets in here, or maybe not because of the pockets, but to keep things level and easier to take it off, which it's not easier to take off. It's suctioned on there pretty good. But a lot of people think that this is bad, that it's actually acting as an insulator. The air in here is an insulator, which means that I have to raise the temperature on my bed to reach temperatures I thought I was getting at. So tell me what you think. Subscribe if you like it. Comment if you like it. Thumbs up it. Whatever it does on YouTube, I don't know. Thanks.